Inside a garage in Berwick, a lot of banging is going on. It's not work being done on a car, but on an M3A1 Stuart light tank that was built in 1942. This week, the Stuart Tank Museum is having some maintenance done to their Lady Lois tank. The tank's track pads needed to be flipped due to its running on hard surfaces and the amount of operating the museum does with it.
All we had to do was remove the tracks from the vehicle and then disassemble them link by link, track end connector and wedge bolt piece by piece, take them all apart, flip the pads upside down to, as you can see, the brand new looking other side of the track.
Hartzell says they will now have good shoes for this tank for at least the next several years. The museum has also brought in an expert who specializes and does maintenance on historic tanks. Steve Greenberg is from Wilsonville, Oregon, and has the exact same tank back home.
Each one of these wedge bolts has to come off of there. They got to pound every one of these connectors off. Not fun, especially this tank was a little rusty. I own one of these at home, and I did mine by myself, the first one in 7 hours one day and 6 hours the next day.
Lady Lois is 82 years old and was built right here in Berwick. Hartzell says it has a lot of history and it has seen a lot during its lifetime.
When the war started, it was part of the Lend-Lease program. It was obtained by the British, and the British used it in North Africa under Montgomery. It also saw action in Italy, and after the war was over, it was shipped down to Brazil.
Hartzell says after the Brazilian army had it, it was sold to a farmer who used it to plow his fields. The tank sat in the farmer's fields for years until a buyer came from England and took it back there. Hartzell says there is some original rubber on the tank's tracks. However, he says there are parts of the tracks that are marked for the Brazilian military.
I believe some of the road wheels have Brazilian, Spanish markings. But as you might know, the Brazilians had a lot of these at the end of World War II and up into later points of the 20th century, and they did have to obviously re-rubber some of their tracks and road wheels.
The Stuart Tank Museum says they are trying to keep history alive, and it is hoping with doing continued maintenance on Lady Lois, they are able to keep having it run in the years to come. Justin Dick, Newswatch 16, Columbia County.